We can't see what you said, but they can see what I said.
Okay.
I'm messaging them through console.
That's crazy. You can do that.
Mm-hmm. You're not supposed to be able to talk to your team. I'm only supposed to be able to talk to you. I figured out. I figured it out. Oh, look, a Meepo? Hell yeah!
That sounds fun. I can't really burst him, but let's try and get some.
All you need is one.
Yeah.
All you need is one.
You really gotta pick a hero. You got 10 seconds left.
Ah, Batrider. Yeah, just grab him. Grab Anti-Mage. Because if your team does have a techies, and if he has even a drop of competency to him, then he'll be able to delay the game long enough for you to be able to be a baller. So what's your logic for the items that you just chose?
Huh.
So,
Oxygen-rich atmosphere.
Tangos, I think 4 is usually enough because I go straight
We'll be
to
fine.
the
Let's party!
whatever it is. I do Poor Man's Shield into Ring of Health.
Mm-hmm.
I need the Stout Shield to go into Poor Man's Shield, and I need any help I can last hitting.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because I think it's. I guess I could probably do Poor Man's Shield first and then switch into the Quelling Blade. That might be an interesting way to try in the future. Do you like that more?
So my thoughts are
Morty, don't look now, but battle's about to start.
your
Oh
team doesn't have a courier.
ready for this? I didn't do this.
That's glorious. Oh, this game. Well,
Okay, so what I was going to talk about is, and the Abaddon has no regeneration on either. So check the minimap. You can see Meepo's top. You can see Spirit Breakers coming top as well. Just to give you a reminder to you, I'm watching everything from your perspective, so I see you looking at a part of the screen that makes no sense whatsoever. Since you're not going to be able to contest this top rune, block your creep wave. Now, what I wanted to try and get you to hopefully potentially come to the conclusion for was that because you can purchase your Quelling Blade from the side shop, it's not necessarily one of the more important items for you to roll out with. Yes, you can get the Stout Shield as well, but generally I would prefer for you to go in the direction of like Tango Stout Shield Salve with like a couple branches. Then you grab your Quelling Blade from the side shop, and then you just kind of progress from there. So you're by yourself against 2 ranged heroes. What we can do here is we can pull the creep wave to our tower using aggro mechanics. So if you're within 500 range of the creeps, and then you do a attack command on the enemy hero, and then immediately run in the opposite direction, the creeps will aggro towards you. Have you ever done this before?
A little bit, not much.
Okay, so try doing it. You don't actually need to hit them. You could do it as often as you want. It's a 2-second cooldown on that aggro. So you could do it again, you could do it over and over again, you know, rinse and repeat sort of thing. See? You don't need to get that close.
Okay, so I can do it within 500.
You don't use your in-game voice.
Sorry, thank you.
Oh, Dingleberry. See, now you're taking heavy damage, and all we have is tangos. We don't have a salve. And we're going to keep taking damage, because you're going against 2 ranged persons. Yeah, we're going to have a Poor Man's Shield at some point, but we're not going to have any regeneration. We're going to have to back to the well anyway, because we ran out with an inefficient amount of regeneration. So there's a lot of benefit to picking up the Quelling Blade at the side shop after you've already evaluated the laning situation, to know whether or not you can take, you know, all of that gold that would be for a Quelling Blade, what, 225 if I'm not mistaken? So purposing the 225 gold, which is in essence for an item which is partially for aggression, you know, Quelling Blade's used for last hitting, so that's aggressive, you know, it's not keeping you alive, and we don't have a courier, so that isn't something that we could have necessarily anticipated, but something that we need to deal with now. And your Bloodseeker is just going to be doing some fun last-hitting stuff in the lane. Now, how do you generally build Anti-Mage in terms of like a skill build?
I used to do stats, and I didn't find it answered that well, so I usually just do E, and then 2 Qs, and then a bunch of, so I do, blink, and then 2 of the damage, just because it works a lot better.
So why do you think that it doesn't benefit you? I think you can maybe kill Weaver.
I didn't see him.
Well, you hit him. If you clicked and checked on him, you would have noticed that he didn't have enough mana for. He only has mana for one more Shikuchi. Go at Weaver. Go at Weaver. You know, if not now. You're gonna die.
Double kill.
Why are we buying more tangos? Oh my god, my voice. What the fuck? Why are we buying more tangos?
You don't think I need them?
No.
Count portal scope? Just jump in or just blink?
I would grab a salve and then walk it.
Okay.
Because you're probably gonna need it.
I'm gonna get a courier.
Or do that.
Dude,
That'll be important. We're doing it, guys.
Helpful person.
Stream shouldn't be choppy. I'm uploading at 2600 bit rate right now. Okay.
How does Bloodseeker push out this game?
They left the lane.
Middle tower's under attack.
Yeah.
That's how.
We lost. Oh, they both died.
Meepo Rubik.
Went down. Techies, he's doing fine.
He's doing techie stuff. He's doing the techies that capitalizes on playing against idiots.
Yeah.
So since we got Bloodseeker here and we got stupid shit going on, let's pull this lane. This is way too far up. Do you know pulling timings and that sort of stuff?
I think it's 43, but because of the range, I want to do then.
So what I want you to do is we're gonna have to do both pulls.
Okay.
So I usually linger in this sort of area, watch the creeps die to an extent, and then pull it over. So we're not gonna get it. 0% chance. Shouldn't have even tried.
Oh, you're right. I see. So you bring him over here.
So what I was saying is you stand over here where I'm drawing, so you're within experience range, and then all you do is pull them over. Your goal by doing a pull from the small camp to the large camp isn't to get the last hits from the small camp. It's to deny your wave and to get them to the big camp so you can get the last hits on the big camp. Kill this witch doctor. Unnecessarily blink.
Friggin' tango.
Unnecessary blink.
Yeah,
And now our blink's on cooldown from that.
I'll probably go back and
So, we're not going for a ring of health this game. No way at all. Kill him! I would have at least gone for a couple hits of damage on Witch Doctor before blinking back, because the Spirit Breaker's charging in.
Yep. Should I stay in?
You want to be close enough for experience, which you were not. Abaddon's up top too.
Where'd he go?
So this is going to be one of those games where we need to get it so that we can farm as early as possible. And because we're going against a really disruptive lane, really obscure allies, really obscure rotations, and just a general like weird draft, that is going to be the sort of situation where you're probably winning against Vlad's ASAP so you can fall into the jungle and farm. Because you got to be able to farm something somewhere. So let's fall back. What I want you to do is come over here. We're going to Quelling Blade the tree back here. Oh wait, it's already cut down. So it's already cut down. The timing's now. Let's pull the wave this way.
This way, okay. Sorry, I messed that up.
You're going to miss it. Maybe not. Alright, we got the ranged creep. That's a thing.
That helps. Okay, so that's the way I do it. I come this way.
Yeah, so you can cut down the tree over there and then run that way on the map.
I'm gonna die.
So if you're falling behind in the lane as a carry, you don't have a support, there's a couple different options you can do. You can stack stuff for yourself to fall back and farm, or you can get experience in the lane and then still farm the jungle, because that's really what we're going to be looking to do now. We're going to be looking to try and get any farm we can get, and for the most part, it's going to be from the jungle. We're going to be getting experience in the lane and farm from the jungle, and we're dead.
Okay, I missed it, sorry. He came around behind. I wasn't thinking about that. I should have had a ward there. Is it worth picking up
your
wards?
team's not going to have any
Oh,
wards.
boy,
Remember, we're playing a
top
different
tower's
type of
under
game
attack.
right now.
Ooh.
But should I pick up
Oh,
wards just so
not
I can
good.
I can lane more safely, put one here?
No, we're just going to play much safer.
Okay.
With how early it is into the game, these rotations aren't going to matter. If we just have good positioning, we should be fine.
Oh, jeez, Rick, the top tower's getting hit.
Now, one of the reasons why I disagree with putting this early point in spell shield that you have here, rather than just having more in stats, is think about the magic damage that's going to be coming out from the enemy team.
It's gone. You did it.
Yeah, there's some from Shikuchi.
You know,
Not that
you know what
much.
you're doing.
There's some from Maledict. Only from Maledict, and yeah, but that type of damage is only going to hit you if you're out of position. Like right now, you should not be here at all. There's no reason for you to be here. You're level 5. They're both higher level than you, and they could just kill you if they were being proactive and paying attention. What you need to be doing is getting experience and staying back.
Okay. If I get my 6, I can kill Weaver though, right? No, probably not.
Not unless you have all his mana down.
Yeah, he needs to get hit a lot more. Risk it.
Yeah, I mean, in conjunction with this team not going to be getting a flying courier, it took Anti-Mage to buy the courier, and that was after he died the first time. So now we can see on the minimap we've got 2 rotated off. So this is where we need to get all of these last hits. We need to capitalize on everything. Anytime the team leaves and gives you this space,
Or not? Or am I pushing the lane?
farm. We're just farming.
Oh, jeez, it's
We want to keep the wave as close to our tower as possible, so God forbid the enemy team were to come to us, that you're able to have your allies be able to rotate to you.
This guy's dominating. Wubba-lubba-dub-dub. Oh, your bottom tower's under attack. Your bottom tower's under
And let's just
attack.
focus on getting every last hit.
I have. I'm scared. No, they all died, so we're safe.
So when you get any sort of sense of remote downtime, and by that I mean you're not being directly attacked, you have relatively safe positioning, you can see where at least a few of the enemies on the enemy team are, you should be checking your allies' items and just to kind of get an idea where they're at in farm. So like right now,
Pudge. Where's Pudge?
that's a question mark, isn't it?
Where to Pudge?
The only thing that you would really want right now, I mean, ideally you want 2 wards. You'd want one in the front, a lane ward. That would let you know if there's people rotating in off of a TP. And then you would want like one over here. And that would show if people are coming in, you know, through that sense of passage on the jungle. We know everybody's bottom, so let's push the lane. And mid. Do you know how to break the tower aggro?
Yeah.
With this siege creep, let's try and get as much damage in on the tower as possible. Keep eyes on the minimap, so you can see that Pudge is bottom, Rubik's bottom, Weaver and Rubik were mid, Meepo's top. Now, also, we've got everybody missing, and by everybody, I mean just the Rubik and the Weaver who were previously mid.
I don't like being here.
Now this is super dangerous. Now, your reaction, although should be to blink away, it should be even more so to blink into the trees. Because he's still pursuing you. One of the biggest things that you want to be checking is mana. Because that'll let you know if he can time-lapse, like that. And that'll let you know how aggressive you continually can be. And that'll also tell you whether or not you should be trying to use your ultimate or not. So that should be a dead Meepo. Why are we jumping in like that? Your screen positioning's terrible. You didn't see this Witch Doctor come in at all. So you notice? You didn't even notice you were getting hit by Witch Doctor?
Oh, mega kill.
Ah, what the hell. So like, if you notice there, we weren't even seeing that you were getting hit by the Witch Doctor, never mind the fact you were getting hit by Witch Doctor Ultimate. And that was based on your screen positioning. Let's get this Vlad's coming. And your creep wave is over there that you want.
Oh, your top tower's under attack.
Yeah, I should have gone the other direction. That was my mistake. Probably go mid next. Or treads first? Boots? What do you think? Brown boots, then glads? Or?
Brown boots, treads, battle fury.
Okay.
I'd grab one ward. Or you can get the
two.
TP. Nah, that's fine. That's fine.
I'd rather have the ability to...
So eyes on minimap. Who's bottom? Who's mid? Who's top?
Where's Pudge is the problem? Same big
Doesn't matter. Answer my question.
Well, so we have these two here, and then Meepo's up top. We're not sure where Rubik, we're not
So where do we want to go?
I'm guessing Pudge is hiding.
We want to go off lane.
Through mid, we're safe.
Pudge is mid. So we're farming this. We're pushing it out. As soon as we get 100 gold, we're buying a TP scroll from the side shop, okay?
Boy, fresh mate.
So we're gonna try to push out this lane. We're gonna farm the creep wave aggressively here, and we're gonna farm their jungle.
Middle tower.
And again, if we see an enemy that can kill us, which isn't gonna be many of them, for one-on-one, there's only one person that can kill you on the enemy team, and they just died.
That's right.
So realistically, you're looking to farm, you're looking to try and push this lane, and you're looking to farm their jungle and be responsive with this TP to go back to your lane. So we're going to be pushing this lane out as much as we can, potentially farming the jungle. Could you?
I could've. I have my ulti. Likely low
So level 1 ulti doesn't do that much damage. It does 0.6 damage per 1 mana gone. How much mana does Rubik have? How much does he... Oh my god, you could kill him!
Okay, just kill him.
What's his mana?
Fuck.
What's his mana? We still haven't looked. Now we want to get out. Blink into the trees. What are you doing? You were just looking in many directions that weren't where you should have been looking. I'm muting your whole team. So you were looking like over here and over here. You weren't even looking where your hero was. You didn't see who was... Yeah. Yeah. The tree... Way too far away. You know what the range of your blink is at level 1?
For the twins.
1150. So from here...
I said level 1.
Level 1,000.
Yeah. It's not ever really going to get to be too husky. You know, level 3 is going to be the max range that your blink's ever going to get. So we're not going bottom. We're going to be going to go in the direction of mid/top. How's your Abaddon doing for farm? What does he have? What does Techies have? What does Bloodseeker have? What does Rubik have? These are all things that you should be trying to learn while you're doing movements around the map. Oh, I didn't update that. Yeah, you went really heavy into this mana break, which I don't really agree with. One of the biggest reasons why is, how is that going to benefit you? So by you putting so many points in mana break right now, how is that benefiting you?
I guess the idea is more fight against turrets.
It gives you more right-click damage, but what do you need right now? You don't need right-click damage.
Fight anyone.
You need survivability and sustain. This is dangerous. Why are you tanking the poof? You're not looking where you are. You're trying to blink so far away that you can't cast it that far. You were trying to blink to what I would estimate at 1500 range, maybe more. You can't physically click that far for Anti-Mage to go that, especially if you're getting netted down. It's not going to happen.
What a mess.
Yeah, Abaddon has a Vlad's too. Doesn't matter.
Oh, your bottom tower's under attack.
Techies is 18 mines down. That's painful.
Sorry, I'm hearing you.
What's that?
Morty, you're not gonna like this. The top tower's under attack.
You're having trouble hearing me on TeamSpeak?
Oh, sheesh.
Yeah.
Whoa, killing spree. Oh. Your bottom tower is gonzo, baby. level?
Yeah, if he had more points in Spell Shield, he could be surviving Poof, but realistically, he should never be getting hit by Poof.
Wubba-lubba-dub-dub!
That was pretty impressive.
Oh, your bottom tower's under attack!
My shadow leaps ahead.
Okay, so again, we're running blind. We don't know where anyone is. We do know that there's only Witch Doctor up and Weaver up. We can see Weaver's bottom based on the mini-map.
And Witch Doctor just respawned, so I don't think he can kill me on his own.
Whoa,
Grab a TP scroll, grab your Belt of Strength, and you don't want this. You don't want any of this. We're going to blink over there and farm that. And then farm this, and this, and this, and this.
Moving into the jungle.
You got to be paying attention to where you are much more than other places, because you're not seeing these heroes literally walk up to you a lot of time.
Fresh meat.
Blink, blink, good blink.
That's what I wanted.
That was technically a bad spot to blink to in the trees, because they could still like just walk in and see.
Does he have time to do that? I guess if Weaver was up there, but Weaver was bottom.
Yeah, potentially. But we don't know who is where and all that sort of stuff. We need to view all of your enemies as being better than you. Assume they're all better than you. It'll make you play much more precariously, which I think you need to do. You're dropping sentries and stuff now. So something I'm noticing a lot that you're potentially struggling with is your screen positioning. What I'm noticing is that you're not necessarily watching what's the most important thing. And I know it can be hard to understand what the most important thing is to watch, given the circumstances. But say, for instance, you're blindly farming jungle right here. We don't need to watch ourselves farm that. We can see top. We can see mid. We can see what's going on over there. Like, those are all things that we could be looking at.
You gotta get serious. Top tower's under attack.
For the tween.
No point for that ultimate.
Four in a row.
Look at
He's
the
dominating.
What?
He's dominating, Greg.
Unnecessary. Keep it off cooldown. If he were to have TP'd out right there, let's say in some magic land that that it was just you and he was going ham on you and you used your ult on him right there, and then he noticed that the damage output that you're going to be able to put out isn't going to be enough to really kill him. All he needs to do is TP out then, and he's good.
Makes sense.
Yep. We got treads, hells yes. Farming the jungle between these creep waves is going to be extremely important. So when your creeps were like still walking this way here, and there were no creeps at all, I would have gone to the small camp and farmed that, and then you would have reconvened in on the lane after that, and the whole creep wave would have still been there for you to kill.
Okay.
Oh, Morty. Uh-oh. You better hold on to your hat because now it's a mega kill. That's 5, baby. 5. There's no
That's an
accident
insane
anymore.
building, right?
This isn't an accident now.
So while you're farming this, you can see that Pudge is mid, you can see Weaver's bottom, so what should you be doing?
Farming, pushing.
Pushing. Something I want you to try and focus on, or excuse me, not focus on, keep in the back of your head. Tread swapping. Definitely not a focus, but something that you can do and something that's really important until you get some heavier regeneration items coming in. You're going to be kind of mana starved. Am I right?
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that we're on intelligence for blinking, especially if we're in these passive moments. Intelligence for blinking, agility for farming, strength for fights.
Can I go here, or is I'm assuming he's becoming...
You're fine. You can see on the mini-map. Where's Pudge?
There he is.
Farm the large camp, go to the medium camp. Or farm the large, then go to the small. And your team's really derpy.
Is it worth building 2 Bashers on the team?
What? Basher?
Is it worth building 2 Bashers on the team much later? Obviously it's Manta next, but it's Blood Seeker's building Basher.
Yeah, because Abyssal is always great. But that's not something we're gonna even think of right now. We're worrying about this Battle Fury. So there is another skill build that was pretty prevalent in the pro scene for anti-mages that would have to go for Vlad's first build that would help you with farming and pushing, and that's Maelstrom Mjolnir. Now, I don't necessarily know when the best situations are to recommend that for, like, item progression-wise, but I do think that that could have been an option we could have gone in. Oh, he's stuck now. Cut down the tree for him. Cut down the tree for him. Why you... Alright, you can probably kill him here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna have you be nice and cut down a tree for Spearbreaker to get out.
Oh, okay, fine.
Oh no, fuck him.
I'm getting him out.
Look at you, being a nice guy. I'm gonna unmute your team, see what happens.
No, I'm dead.
Yeah.
That's a long time. How long is that?
The net's long. It's 2 seconds, and then he's got 4 of them, so...
Oh, I see. You said 2 seconds.
So the only way that we can really deal with that net is going to either be not get hit by the net, or Manta. For the most part.
Oh, that's tasty. I think I can kill him, right? When I 20 seconds.
Well, Techies could kill him with those 2 mines mid, too.
Hmm. Becky's going. Oh, he's really slow.
Techies is very slow. He kind of walks around like a little silly person.
He's not getting his. He's not close. Do I go mid or bottom? Off lane.
Let's go off lane.
Okay. More creeps.
Yep. And then we have the TP scroll to go top and into your jungle. But
Rubik's spot.
if we're seeing the entire enemy in your top lane, then that means that we might have an opportunity to push out your off lane, their safe lane, and then farm their jungle. So we're on agility if we're farming, we're on strength if we're fighting, and we're on intelligence if we're casting spells. At least when we're not in fights. I don't want you trying to do any tread swapping when we're in fights aside from making sure that you're on strength, or if you don't have enough mana to blink, or if you don't have enough mana for mana void, then switching to intelligence. Aside from that, you should know what to do. So farm this wave, cut down this tree, farm this here also. While you're doing that, I want you to watch the mini-map.
Do I go mid or do I let them die?
Well, what's going on? Who's there? You need to know these things. You need to look before you leap. You can see the fight happening. Not necessarily something you need to do. I would clear that medium camp that you're at, blink down, grab the bounty rune, come back in. Oh, nope, you just saw Weaver. Check his mana.
Can I kill the... No, I can't.
You can kill Ancients. You've got a poor man's shield. Go on strength. Strength treads. Vlad's in poor man's shield with treads, you can farm Ancients.
Okay.
If they're stacked up, it might be a little hard.
So is it better to farm Ancients than to push boss?
Well, Weaver's bottom, so you can't push it. Remember we saw him on the mini-map? Let's TP top and push that out.
Oh, the enemy's middle tower's gone. Serves them right.
You can buy broadsword from the side shop.
Cause for celebration.
Yeah. That was bad.
So agility if we're farming. It'll also help you with last hitting under tower. Good stuff, good stuff.
Ooh, they took out the enemy's middle tower. All right, we can rest at ease now. That was a close call,
Oh
Morty.
boy, I should have got him back.
Good job farming the jungle in between the creep waves, because that's really going to be extremely important. Yeah, that's a good point, Sandwich. You're going to have enough damage output. What the hell's going on mid? It's like a train. Choo-choo! 5 heroes up mid! So what's wrong with what we're doing right now?
They're all mid, so we're safe.
No, but what's wrong? There is one thing that's wrong.
I had bad screen positioning.
Not that.
I'm not sure then.
We don't have a TP scroll.
Okay.
If they were to come in and try and fight you or something, you can't blink into the trees and TP out. Or you can't blink up on the cliff and TP out.
Ooh, your middle tower.
Take the tower! They're rotating! Do you not see the minimap?
Oh man, your middle tower
Strength treads.
got destroyed. Things are getting
And keep
dire.
backing.
Ooh, nice
Keep
Morty,
backing. Do not farm the large, farm the small.
I got away.
Farm...
Let's get my
I-
battle fury.
I would have farmed that small camp.
My shadow leaps ahead.
Back. You do not want that. Strength treads, strength treads. Nice. That Abaddon saved the hell out of you.
Did.
So I wouldn't have backed, honestly. I would have just stayed in the jungle and kept farming. You've got lifesteal. I would farm the large camp. Then I would either get this medium if you can. If not, then I would then walk my way down there, take your ancients, and then start pushing out their lane again. Okay, so I would farm this, then make your way over and then go that way. So that's one of the big benefits of the Vlads, early. You've got really high regeneration, lifesteal, and then, you know, you've got the bonus regeneration from the Battle Fury too.
They took out the enemy's top tower.
So what's happening bottom?
You know, Rick, I gotta tell you, my bottom
I don't have a
tower
TP scroll.
is looking pretty good.
Well, what did I tell you to do?
Oh!
I'm waiting for it
No, but what did I tell you to do?
to go down and take the ancient.
Your
I
bottom
told you to
tower's
farm
under
that
attack.
medium camp, take the middle, and then go ancients, and then push bottom.
Okay. Makes sense. Should I get back here or should I just keep going?
See how much damage you can get on the tower, or the buildings.
Whoa, the enemy's top
You should really be focusing the same buildings. He's dropping the mines in the middle, we'll be good. So take this and back.
Back, baby.
You didn't get it.
That's what I call teamwork.
It needed one more hit.
Oh, he's dead. No, you're dead.
Who's dead?
Bloodseeker. He doesn't have enough for Roche.
All he would have had to have done is blood raged himself and killed one creep. Check Bloodseeker's HP and mana right now. See where he's at, because he's probably fully healed almost.
Yeah, you're right.
If it was an
Can
ancient
I
camp,
solo a Roche or not?
I think your eyebrow's going back.
depends if the RNG is with you for the bashes.
I'd rather not risk it. I have 2 mid, with Bloodseeker nearby.
Farm the shit out of the jungle. And be ready to respond back if you need to.
Morty, middle tower. You might want to look at it.
I'll take this wave and get back.
Middle tower's under attack.
Keep pushing.
Keep pushing? Okay.
See what's going on mid. See what heroes are there. See how much damage they're doing. See how they're pressuring the tower. See if you can trade better than them.
But I mean, there's 2 of ours are dead. Shouldn't I get back and try and save Rax?
Have you done what I just mentioned, though? Did you look and see how they are? How much HP they have? How much damage they're doing? What you have down? How much...
So you just throw this in. Okay, now I can get back.
Hooray! The enemy's bottom tower is destroyed. Hooray! Oh boy! Whoa! What a good work.
So let's evaluate what happened here.
I used it on the wrong creep. I killed
They're coming after
Witch
your
Doctor
middle
when I didn't need
barracks.
to.
Well, no. I just think that entire fight, you should have just traded and kept going.
You think so? Okay.
Yep. Absolutely. Because you would have taken the tier 2
Your middle barracks.
and gotten the gold from it. And then you would have been able to get the creep wave to their base. And then you could have taken mid-racks.
I see.
All you need to do is get the creeps in the base, and then you switch to the free racks, and then you take them. You could have probably taken mid and top racks if you had just kept going bottom, and that would have been a much better trade. than what you guys got there.
Radiant just fortified their structures. You know what I'm talking about? Mine.
I'll take this great wave and take my and get my whatever it's called ultimate orb. I'm gonna risk it. No TP for now, but it's okay. I think we're pushing, right? We're being aggressive, so I'm safe.
Morty, killing spree.
Fresh mate!
Keep pushing.
I need to look though.
It's good to check. So if we're just straight pushing, agility treads.
Mega kill. Uh-oh. Mega kill. I can't believe it. What a wonderful
Why'd we go there?
Okay. Get out.
Strength treads. So if Meepo's just going ham on you, you just gotta fight him. You just gotta fight him. He has 100% uptime on Earthbind if he's good. I mean, he's dead. They're all dead. Just end the game.
Enemy's middle barracks just got wrecked, baby.
So when the next creep wave comes up, try and heal as much as possible off of it. We got Manta. Yeah, with Manta illusions, you can easily take bottom tower. Take bottom tower. Strength treads. Don't tank the tower.
Why is it tanking me? I tried to switch my out.
He's dominating now. He's dominating.
It doesn't work so easily within its illusions. There you go. Take the tower. What's scaring
I'm
you?
waiting for 4 seconds.
Yeah, but it only needs to get hit like 4 times.
Oh, the enemy's bottom tower. It's gone. We did it. Nice. Oh, not so fast on because he just made it.
Oh, he has a... You didn't check his items lately. Because you would have known he had a Lincoln's.
Yeah, you're right. Makes sense. The Lincoln's and Deso. That's why I was dying so quick. Makes sense.
Yep.
Okay. So I don't know what he's building.
He's gonna get a Shadow Blade.
Okay. Makes sense.
He forgets that, like, Shadow Amulet and Glimmer Cape is a thing. Whatever. Let him live in the Stone Age. Glimmer Cape is so strong.
Yeah. A lot of mines. I don't think Techie cares. Oh, he's dead.
Nah, Techie shouldn't be dead. He just needs to do his status and TP out.
Gold for me.
I mean, he might be dead because he doesn't know what he's doing.
Now
Yeah, he's definitely dead.
Oh. Poor guy. Butterfly, you think, or heart? Or boots? BOTs?
I would probably go Butterfly.
Butterfly? Not boots of travel?
Double. Holy crap, Rick, he's unstoppable.
You can if you want to. I think that's kind of up to you at this point. I mean, your team is so far ahead that you shouldn't lose at all. Just pretty simply put. But you're losing strength,
Oh, the enemy's
and you're losing the ability. You're losing a little bit of attack speed, and you're losing the ability to toggle.
Oh, I'm so happy about all this.
But you could just end the game anyway.
Because he's wicked sick.
Makes sense. Okay,
This
so
just in.
I
The
lost
enemy's
the
bottom
early game
barracks
badly.
are
What can I do
destroyed.
better?
Oh my goodness gracious!
Typically.
If it isn't,
It's
if my
just not
eyes don't
playing well
see
enough to
dire
specifically
win.
control.
In your face, Morty.
I'm sorry. It's hard to hear you with the Rick and Morty announcer back at the end. They've got a rare line that they say that's like really long. So I missed a lot of the things that you said at the end.
Sure. So I mean, I lost the early game badly, which is one of the big issues. What
Part of
can I
that
do?
was draft. A lot of that was positioning. And then another component of that was poor item rollout. So if you had a salve, you would have been able to stay in the lane longer. If not, die. Like, I don't think you would have died.
Yeah. Okay. So skip the Quelling Blade and get the Salve instead.
I think it's better for you to go like Salve, Stout, Tangos, and a few branches, and then get the Quelling Blade at the side shop. And you know, the best thing that happens is we never use the Salve. Because then that means that things are going well.
Is it better to go Quelling Blade first or Poor Man's Shield next?
Depends on how much harassment you're taking. So if you're taking pretty heavy right-click harassment, Poor Man's Shield, then Quelling.
Makes sense.
Quelling Blade is going to help you last hit. Poor Man's Shield is going to help you stay alive. So you got to kind of weigh it that way. Okay? There are some builds that you can do alternatively to what you have here, such as going more of a single target dispersion sort of playstyle, whereas you're rushing a Vlad's, following up with a Maelstrom, and then getting like a Heart after that, and then a Mjolnir, and then what you would be doing is casting Mjolnir on yourself, and then that's going to give you the same sort of AoE kill potential as a Battle Fury would, but it's magic damage as opposed to physical damage, and it's going to be for much more of a heavy single target sort of damage, but you still have the ability to farm and do a lot of damage in the fights. But you're definitely going to want to have Battle Fury much more than the other options. Just for how Anti-Mage scales and how Battle Fury scales in conjunction with him, the damage output's going to be much better. Maelstrom's going to be if you're having a really struggling game, because the Battle Fury is still expensive. You know, 4,200.
What I was surprised about was just the decision to move straight into Vlad's and then into Fred's first. Because I guess my instinct would have been to rush Battle Fury even harder when I'm getting shut down.
So think about it this way. If you are taking a long time to get Battle Fury and you're not able to get Battle Fury, each component of Battle Fury is expensive. Aside from the Quelling Blade, and then you've got the Ring of Health and the Void Stone, those are like, 900 each, 875. If you don't have enough HP and survivability to even get yourself up to 12 or 1400 gold to get the Broadsword or the Claymore, and you just die continually, you're not going to have any impact. But if you get like a Vlad's, which gives you HP, which gives you mana regeneration, which gives you armor, and then lifesteal on top of it, it gives you the ability to farm in places that you wouldn't be able to farm until you got the Battle Fury. For instance, we were able to farm Ancients. We wouldn't have even had our Battle Fury.
But is the Battle Fury, I guess, the same time as Treads and Vlad's? Don't they cost roughly the same?
What's the number crunch? It's
14, 23. Yeah, they're basically the same cost. 200 less. I mean, that's, I guess, the question. Is just if I had to choose either Battle Fury or Treads and Vlad's, I feel like I'd rather have Battle Fury. I know it's more expensive individual items.
Okay, so that's a fine thought process to have, but then look at how your skills that you were placing were. You went really heavy into Mana Break. You put a lot of points into Blink. Spell Shield as well, instead of going a stat heavy build. Because if you're going a stat heavy build, then you need to be thinking that you're getting, you're getting strength, agility, and mana every level from just leveling up, and then you're getting +2 more by putting in the stats versus Mana Break. And Mana Break, we were using primarily in the early game for farming the ranged creeps.
Yeah.
It wasn't being used for fighting purposes or zoning out the enemy. It was for farming ranged creeps. So if you put 3 of those points for Mana Break and left it at level 1 into stats, that would have given you a lot more HP on the early game.
Spell Shield to go stats, or would you do 1-1-1 and then stats?
I probably would have 1-1-1'd in stats, or I would have gone 1-1 in stats.
And you don't like Blink just because the cooldown gets so much better. I mean, I guess when you're down to a 5-second cooldown, I feel like I can escape almost anything.
This is true, but if your positioning is already better and your map awareness is strong, then you're able to make smarter choices with your Blink.
That makes sense. Okay. Those stats there.
Don't underestimate stats. I'm not trying to say that you should go stats every game. I'm not trying to say that you want to not max Mana Break early as well, because there's going to be a lot of one-on-one situations or just one-on-2 situations or whatever you're put up against. And sometimes getting, the 2 or 3 hits on them with the Mana Break is exactly what you need to make it so that you still have the lead in the lane. For instance, if you're going against a Darkseer, I don't know how often you play against a Darkseer as an anti-mage, but he's going to be running on conjunction of Soul Ring and just his base mana regeneration for him to keep those Ion Shells out. If you're able to make it so that even just by hitting him once or twice over and over again with a higher level mana break, it's going to make it so that he can't get those Ion Shells out for you.
Well, that was the thing that I was thinking is that I guess that really changes depending on the lane, because having the higher mana break just means you can really, even just ignoring the damage, it really destroys whoever you're laning against mana.
And that's how you need to be looking at it. You need to be looking at how important is the mana for the person that you're going against.
So for Weaver, it's quite important.
Correct. However, we weren't maximizing all of the opportunities where we could have gotten those easy, free right clicks on him, though.
Makes a lot of sense. Okay. So if I'm able to harass him more, it's a much better item.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you were being harassed more, then that would be a situation where it would be better for you to go into stats.
Okay. Really interesting. Okay, that's a really good way to think about it. And then treads before. So you think always treads before, not brown boots?
Again, the reason why we went treads was for what?
To be able to switch, which I think is really hard for me to just remember to do.
That's going to come with time, but even much more than that, the switching is because it gives you stats.
Huge stats.
And we didn't go heavy into stats. So then, just additional importance of having the treads, because it gave us stats, which we need. Because we went high into mana break and we went high in a blink.
So you think if you're feeling good in lane, can you skip treads and just do brown boots into Battle Fury? Because
if you're going a stat build if you're going like a 1-1-1 build, brown boot Battle Fury, you can potentially pull it off with going into stats, following up with treads afterwards. But you need to really consider the type of harassment that you're taking in the lane.
A lot of sense. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that will be really interesting. I will try and implement this over the rest of the time. And then I guess the other thing is you said screen positioning was something you tried to talk to me a lot about, and I wasn't really able to master. So what can I do to work on that?
So initially you want to be looking at what's directly on you. When you are not looking on you, you want to be looking for a couple different sources. It's either going to be the enemy, your allies, or just spaces. Now, when I say spaces, I mean that more of just like places that you may have wards placed, or like in the jungle, or just things like that. What you want to accomplish with your positioning and your screen positioning is going to vary based on the situation. So it makes it really hard to kind of process it in a way that's going to directly impact your gameplay. However, think of it this way. If your anti-mage character is in the bottom left corner of your screen,
Can't see anything on the bottom left.
exactly.
Anything left, yeah.
And where is the Radiant? Inherently, they're on the bottom left.
Yeah.
So if your Anti-Mage is on the bottom left of your screen, and the Radiant is from the bottom left-hand screen, and you're looking at the whole, top right, or just like the whole picture of above you and to the right, then you're not seeing where the enemy's coming from. So often your screen position needs to be a conjunction of having it where you see where the enemy is coming from, while still considering that you're in a safe place.
And then the other thing was that a lot of times when I was trying to blink out, I would move my screen to the right or to down. To get
You'd move it so far away that you weren't even understanding where you were blinking to or why or how. Because when you were trying to do these blinks away, and a lot of those times, your screen positioning was in a way that you didn't know how many enemies were even on you. And that's really important to know.
To go less far, blink, get to a more reasonable edge. You're blinking to the edge of your screen, and you can keep yourself in sight at all times. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. I will try that. Thank you so much, Sky. I really appreciate this.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. I mean, this is what I do, and I think your next Anti-Mage game is going to be amazing.
Well, I think especially when you get a little bit better free farm, it's a lot easier. But that's something that's kind of more valuable to talk to you when it's hard because that's.
Well, we had a hard game,
Yeah.
and we were able to still able to make something good out of it. If we were to check your Dota buff for that game specifically, like, look at your GPM. For how bad of a game you had, look at your GPM. 500.
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
Yeah, that's big. Makes sense. Okay, so I guess that's the difference. And I guess I have a decent amount of blast hits for, what was it, a 40-minute game?
Yeah, I mean, 37, but just considering, like, the things that were going on and that sort of stuff, it definitely makes it harder to have high CS, but if you look at your CS comparatively to your team and the enemy team, you're still doubling almost everybody.
Well, I guess that's standard if you're going battle theory. And pretty hard for anyone to match.
Mm-hmm.
So much quicker. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you so much. I think I'll come back and try and do another session in a couple weeks. That'd be really interesting.
Dude, sounds great. I'm all about it.
Appreciate it, Scott.
Absolutely.
Good luck.
Thank you, and to you as well.